Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome back to the Red Lasered Water Guy show. And we're all about helping you help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally, because it has to be in that sequence. You know, nobody can help you, but a lot of us can help you help yourself. You just have to make the first move first, and then we're here to support you. So what we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to go back into more of the detoxing and lack of nutrition and how we're kind of set up here to have a lot of toxins coming into our life. And then we'll talk a little bit about the ability to, figure out what's going on in our own bodies and ways to be able to buy our life back is what I call it. Most people don't, have the money, the cash flow to buy the nutrition that they really need for our body. There's only two reasons you get sick. One's an overload of toxins in your system that the body can't get rid of because it doesn't have the energy, it's not hydrated well enough, whatever that might be. And the other one is lack of assimilatable nutrition, because there's just almost no nutrition in the food these days, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. So that's two of the things I want to cover here tonight. And then the other one we'll talk about the mitochondria. Lack of all disease and discomfort comes from too many dysfunctional mitochondria in your cells. And so I want to we'll get into that a little bit too. The mitochondria is the energy producers in your cells. So every cell in your body has a job to do. And if it doesn't have enough energy in the mitochondria in the cell, it doesn't have the energy to do its work. And so you get too many dysfunctional cells and end up with dysfunctional tissue. Too much dysfunctional tissue, you get dysfunctional organs, and the downward spiral, goes on. So it's not much fun. And then we'll talk about buying your life back also a little bit, because if you want your life back, you got to buy it back. You got to earn enough money to where you can afford to do what you need to do to stay healthy, because your health's your greatest asset. So my name again is Joe Blanton, and you can get a hold of me at 469-766-5511. Text me or call me. And you can get to the Pure Vibrance site by going to redlaserguy.com. Just redlaserguy.com will take you to my site. I've got a YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@theredlaserguy. So it's two different sites there. And on there you can see a lot of the videos on the test we've done. And this Friday we're introducing a new product that's the first to market, and it's actually a toxic free body serum that can be used as a deodorant. And it's good for most people for 2 days. So if you shower every other day, you only have to put it on once. Toxic-free deodorant, and it has nutrition in it. So you'll start getting the nutrition we're talking about. I'm talking about that you're missing, okay, transdermally through the skin, or what we call vibrodermal skin penetration, which that means it doesn't have to go through the digestive system, and it's much more effective in our body. The body knows how to use it, and so it's working out really well. So we're introducing that this coming Friday. Everything is energy. That's the key to the whole thing here is, if you want to find the secrets to the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. If you want to find the secrets to your health, think in terms of energy, frequency, or vibration. Your wealth, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Your relationships, it's across the board, because everything is energy, and energy communicates to energy. The vibration in the energy is the information that helps create that frequency. And it's either helpful to the human body or harmful to the human body. There's no exceptions to that at all. Your health is determined by the frequency you're vibrating. And we'll get into that a little bit more here. So your most valuable asset is your health. And that's where I spend, a lot of my money. I have ever since I healed myself in my 20s of asthma, hay fever, sinuses, and all my allergies holistically. I've spent a lot of money on detoxing and in nutrition and staying ahead of the game. I was sick my whole childhood. Now I've been healthy ever since I detoxed, got all the toxins out of my body, or most of them, because we're breathing every day. So nowadays there's toxins. I just saw the lines in the sky again a couple of days ago here over Las Vegas. So again, your most valuable asset is your health, because when I have my health, life's a lot of fun. I've seen too many people lose their health and then they just kind of exist for 10, 15, 20 years and they're not having any fun. So why would we want to not have fun? All right. So another valuable asset is your money, because it takes money. Money is not everything, but it does right up there with oxygen. And the more of it you have, the more freedom you have in your life. Even just the freedom of reading the menu from left to right. Look at what you want. Most people, a lot of people, read the menu from right to left. How much does it cost? Oh, that's I'll eat. We'll eat that. And so, freedoms are amazing. How small a something can be and be a real freedom to the mind. And so, what's your state of health right now, and your state of wealth? Really take a look at that, because, and how are you set up for retirement? Are you feeling healthy going into retirement? Do you have the money to support retirement? Most people are on the 40-40-40 plan, 40 hours a week for 40 years to retire and try and live on 40% of what they couldn't live on to start with. And that's that, if you look all back through history, that model doesn't play out very well for the majority. So what's your plan right now? That's the plan we want to talk about. But first, this is the reason, we talked about it before, why people, all these frequencies here, the stuff they're blowing in the air, what's in the water, the stuff they refer to as food, which is not. Some of it's one molecule away from plastic. All the pollution that's in our air, the chemicals in our, life, the radiation, all of this is. All these have frequencies that are harmful EMF, harmful information to your body, my body, and your body. Harmful information means the body doesn't understand it, doesn't know what to do with it. It inhibits our body's ability to communicate, brain to cells, muscles, stuff like that. But this is the big one, and this is the one most people create by themselves, and a lot of it's because of lack of money. And there's all sorts of statistics out there. I'm not going to get into the statistics, but stress is an invisible frequency that shortens your telomeres, damages your immune system, accelerates aging, and causes lots of problems emotionally, communication-wise, and families at work. It's and in the body, in losing your immune system. So all the Vibrance products help the body de-stress in seconds, which slows down the aging process. When you de-stress, the body starts to heal itself better. When it's stressed out, it's not able to heal itself. So what you got to do is take the nail out for self-healing. All right. You ever have a flat tire with a nail in it? You can't fix that flat tire till you take the nail out. Can't fix your health until you take the cause out, not relieve the symptom. Because the whole so-called healthcare system we have, I call it a disease care system in this country, is based on relieving the symptom, but they don't pull the nail out. You've got to get the nail out. Otherwise, you've got a slow leak. You got sickness, and it can blow out at any time. And that's what happens when people have massive heart attacks or strokes or anything like that, and they die all at once. They had an air leak, okay, and then they didn't take the nail out, didn't find the cause of it, So all of a sudden they had a blowout, and it's really that simple. So the nail's got to come out. If it comes out while you're driving, it can be a real problem. The other part of what we have going on here is a series that moms across America did, and they took 100% of the fast food samples, tested positive for heavy metals like lead and cadmium. So these are the top 21 fast food restaurants in the country. Some of them self-proclaimed, like In-N-Out Burger isn't in the top 20, but they claim to be the healthiest, so they included them in this study. And what they did is they went across and they bought food from the top 20 most popular fast food restaurants. It was 42 samples. They were tested for arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury. 100% of the samples, which were purchased at 21 locations nationwide, contained alarming levels of cadmium and lead, which have toxic information for our body. The body doesn't know how to handle it. And it's a heavy metal, so heavy metals don't dissolve. They kind of lodge in the body, and we have to get them out. They also 100% of the top 20 fast food brands tested positive for glyphosate herbicide, 76% positive for harmful pesticides. Again, they're blowing the stuff in the air across the crops and everything, and it goes into the water tables eventually. So previously tested 43 school lunches provided by the participants. Lab tests found that 95% of the lunches had glyphosate and 74% contained at least one harmful pesticide. Now, this is what they're serving in the schools. So glyphosate's a weed killer, and children exposed to glyphosate have been linked to development of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cancer, including non-Hodgkin lymphoma. So that's scary when you think about it. And there's more and more young people that are having major health problems than ever before right now. Not just in obesity and stuff like that, but actually having heart attacks and things like that. So again, this is the Moms Across America study, and the top 10 fast food brands test results for veterinarian tested that they had veterinarian drugs and hormones in them also. Moms Across America, again, contraceptives and harmful antibiotics found in the top 10 fast food samples. So why I'm bringing this up is, again, it's about where you're eating. If you're eating in one of the top 10 fast food restaurants, you need to be doing whatever you can to neutralize as much of those toxins as possible, and make if there is any nutrition in it, make it a little more assimilatable. And when I do that, that's when I use the red laser. Okay, the red laser, I shine in my eyes. I don't wear glasses anymore. Got lots of stories over the last 13, 14 years of successes in people regaining better health and wellness. But one of them, what we do is, when I do eat at a restaurant, very seldom ever the top 10 fast foods, but even if I eat at one of the fancier restaurants, I'm going to laser my food for 30 seconds. I'm going to laser any drink that I have for 30 seconds. And that adds about 30% life force energy into the food and the water, which water is all I drink. And then it neutralizes the toxins, makes the water wetter and healthier to drink. And so it helps hydrate the body better. So I laser all my water with my red laser. I have a shotgun where I have the red laser, the green laser, the violet blue laser, and our ionizer all banded together, where I can use them all at one time. I just turn them on and shine them on my food for 30 seconds. And that helps keep me healthier. And again, my health's my greatest asset. So where am I going to invest my money? It's in staying healthy. Because after that, when I got my health, I can earn all the money I want to earn. So microplastics. you're likely ingesting microplastics every day. There's so many plastics, plastic bags, plastic bottles, the big place out in the Pacific Ocean where there's so many, all the bottles and stuff are coming together. It's pretty scary, actually. But every day, products such as cosmetics, synthetic fibers, single-use plastic bags shed plastic particles. And the particles are super tiny. They go through the air, the water, the food chain, and ultimately end up in our bodies. And that's where the problem starts. 5 grams, they estimate that people ingest about 5 grams of plastic per week, which is the equivalent to the weight of a credit card. And that was in 2019. So don't think it's gotten any better. Plastic, water bottles. There's microplastics in the water bottles. And, they've even found that it's on top of Mount Everest in the snow. There's microplastics. So that's scary. The potential effects of microplastics on major organs, including the brain. They're plasticizers such as PVA, the flame retardants. There's all sorts of stuff in the microplastics. Microplastics can infiltrate cells within 24 hours of exposure and accumulate near the cell's nucleus. That was a test done on mice in 2023. The longer the cells were exposed to microplastics, the more the cell's viability was reduced, which again comes back to the cell's lack of ability to produce the energy that cell needs to do its work. So the mitochondria are, starting to suffer. So in every test they've done, they find the microplastics in the brain, liver, kidneys, gastrointestinal tract, heart, spleen, lungs. And they detected microplastics in every tissue examined, as well as in the urine and feces. So it's becoming a major, major problem because we're not plastic, okay? We're just not. We're flesh and blood. So the studies done on mice, they demonstrated widespread distribution of microplastics throughout the body, including the brain, within 2 hours of consumption of water, because it's in the water. And that's, again, what we got to start working with to clear up the water so we can stop putting the microplastics in through the water and the other contaminants in the water. So, and again, we can help do that with the lasers and some of our other products to help raise the energy in the water, start the microclustering process, etc. So the microplastics then become enveloped in cholesterol molecules on the brain's surface. This enables them to cross the blood-brain barrier, which normally protects the brain from toxins and chemicals. So the microplastics have figured out how to get into the brain. Scary thought. Okay, so we got to, again, it's up to us. Nobody else is going to take care of it for us. We have to do that ourselves. And so, filtering water is one thing, but when you filter water, you destructure it. And so we want to help bring the structure back, bring the microclustering back, and make it to where it's assimilatable. We need to add minerals back into it. There's a lot involved there because a lot of the nutrition for our bodies is minerals. It's not vitamins and stuff. So So microplastics can cause brain inflammation quickly and produce behavioral changes within 3 weeks in mice. After just 3 weeks of exposure, mice develop dementia-like behavioral changes. So that's where we stand with the microplastics. So again, we've got to take that into our own hands and start doing processes and stuff to keep that from happening. I use reverse osmosis water, which is dead water. Gets pulled everything out of it, and then I vortex it and bring it back into a structured water life and microcluster it. I add minerals back into it. I run it through our intention disc, which clears the cell memory of everywhere the water's been, because water has memory. That was proven by Dr. Emoto. And then I vortex it again through a hydroionizer that structures the water completely and adds life force energy and more human blueprint frequencies to it. So I got the healthiest water I can get. And then I laser it after that with all the lasers and the ionizer. So I've got some great water that helps my body help itself, heal itself naturally. And that's what we got to do. Heavy metals are a natural part of the world. Some are even vital to your health, like copper and iron. We need copper and iron and other metals, magnesium, calcium. We need all of those in correct proportion for our body to maintain its health and wellness. But unlike organic pollutants, heavy metals don't break down. All vaccines, shots, immunization, booster shots, no matter what they call it, it's still an injection, and it all has heavy metals in it that aren't coming out of your body without major detoxing. So household items, adhesives, polishes, pottery, old paint, over 50 million man-made chemicals in that weren't here a few decades ago. And that's a short number now, because the 50 million, I think, was a 2009 study. So once in your body, they damage the cells, your cells, and your DNA. Preventing exposure is the key. It's easier said than done, though, as I've explained. But again, nobody else is going to do it for us. So what happens in your body when you take in heavy metals and microplastics? When toxins enter your body, it lowers your frequency, lowers your vibration, and human cells can start to change and mutate when their frequency drops below 62 megahertz. So, and illness sets in. And I've got a chart that I use sometimes. I don't have it in here right now, but 62 megahertz is like the average wellness frequency. And so when you go below 58 megahertz, I think it is, your body's a host for candida and those kind of things. And when you have to get down to 42, I think it's 41 or 42 megahertz for your body to become a host for cancer. And again, it's all based on your frequency. Nobody else can vibrate for you. It's up to you. And so we have to keep our frequency higher, which again, the Pure Vibrance products I've been using for like 13 years help with that tremendously. So heavy metal toxicity can lower your energy levels, damage your functioning of the brain, lungs, kidneys, liver, blood composition, and other important things. Oxidative stress, DNA damage, organ dysfunction, metabolic disorders, immune response, neurotoxicity, as well as reproductive and developmental toxicity. All of this is lowering our body's vibration, and that's what people call discomfort, dis-ease. It's all about where you're vibrating. So that to help the body heal itself naturally, we have to do things for our body like assimilatable nutrition, hydrate the body with water that's microclustered and structured and got higher frequencies in it, and then detox our body and get the toxins out. There's a book out there called Detox or Die, Sherry Rogers, and I highly recommend reading it. It's an eye-opener. Detox or die early. I mean, the more toxins you have in your body, the quicker you're going to pass on, and the more misery you're going to be in before you do that. And overload of toxins can start out like allergies. If you have an allergy to something in the spring, the pollen, just means you've got so many toxins of that type in your body, the body can't handle anymore. So when you breathe it in the spring, when it's blooming and everything, the body has to kind of throw up to get it out of the body because it's got more than it can handle now. That's how I heal myself in my 20s of asthma, hay fever, sinuses, and tons of allergies. Was I detoxed? Because I mean, I would be 6 to 8 weeks in the spring here in Las Vegas, because I got to Las Vegas here in 1969 in the Air Force. In 6 to 8 weeks in the spring, my eyes would be mucus shut in the morning. I'd have to take a hot cloth and put it over my eyes to break loose the mucus so I could even open my eyes for 6 to 8 weeks. My throat was bloody and raw because of the sinuses draining down my throat at night when I was sleeping, stuff like that. So I'm talking from the reality of having experienced it. All right. And so it took about 1.5 years, 2 years, but I detoxed all that out of my body and I've been healthy ever since. So anyhow, headaches, arthritis, autoimmune disease, we all have a trash can in our body and we've got to empty it out and clean it out. You must clean out your trash can to be healthy. Think about it. If you haven't detoxed yet, okay, and you're 40 years old or 50 years old or 60 years old, it's like having a trash can in your garage. You dump all your food into it every day and you empty it, but you never clean it. What's going to be growing inside of that trash can? That's what's going on in your body. So we have to flush out our body, cleanse our body, detox it. And there's lots of ways of doing that. And lots of people that are really good at it. So detox or die. Start today by stopping. Okay. When I decided to heal myself holistically back in my 20s, the first thing I did in my experience of healing by detoxing is I stopped all white flour. Okay, white flour, when you chew it, turns into sugar immediately. Okay, I stopped all white sugar, sucrose, artificial sweeteners, etc. Those artificial sweeteners are some of the most toxic things, so is sucrose. Anyhow, you got to stop all that if you want to heal yourself. I mean, it's optional. All white salt, because all your table salt has been heated like 1200 degrees. They put aluminum in it as a non-caking agent. They wouldn't want your salt to stick together. They want it to flow out of the shaker really easy. But it's toxic. It's very toxic. So, but it is salt, and it's not salt. It's sodium chloride. It's only 2 elements. True unprocessed sea salt has 74 to 82 trace minerals that the body needs in order to communicate cell to cell and function. It's like, I wrote an article, it's on my helpsyouheal.com website. It's 17 vital functions of sea salt. And one of the first ones is unprocessed sea salt. The minerals, trace minerals, etc., in unprocessed sea salt are what regulate your heartbeat. So I've recommended unprocessed sea salt to several people that had a label of AFib, and in 2 to 3 days it's gone. And one guy had a track record of it for 3 years, and they'd thrown everything at him they could, and they couldn't get it stopped. And in like 3 days, 2 to 3 days, it was gone. It hadn't returned. That was 7 years ago. So, I know what I'm talking about works. And stop using plastic bottles. I use a stainless steel bottle. It just, stop or reduce eating at fast food joints. Be more selective about the fast food joints, and stop overeating. Eating too much at one time puts a huge stress on our body, and the body, has to use energy that it could be using for healing to just get the food out of your body. So stop eating processed foods with no life in them. Anything you eat just got a plastic wrapper around it, a tinfoil wrapper, has no life in it. It's not seen the sunshine. Sun is critical to helping add nutrition into plants and minerals and foods. So stop and limit alcohol consumption. The body does not like alcohol. It's toxic to the body. And that's one of the reasons it functions the way it does in our body. And minimize exposure to toxins. So detox to live life to the fullest. Your body detoxes itself naturally when it's hydrated. Okay. Your body has 6 vital organs that support the body's natural detoxing process. We detox by exhaling through our lungs. We detox through our skin, through sweating, and just the toxins coming out of our skin. Our kidneys, our liver, our colon, and our lymphatic system are all nature's way of detoxing the body. And when you overeat, for instance, you overloaded that whole system. And some people to the point they can't hardly breathe whenever they eat so much. So the liver, colon function, it's pretty amazing. So support these organs to work more efficiently. Supporting them is essential to ensure the body can detox and eliminate waste and unwanted substances. Hydration is the key, okay, to detoxing. You have to have the water, not coffee, not tea, not soda. All of those are dehydrating the body. And so what you have to have is hydrating. So drink water as your primary drink. Your body is 99.92% water molecules. And that got my attention when I read that, because everybody says your blood's 94% water, your body's about 70% water. Well, when you come down to the water molecules, because there's water molecules in muscles and bones, everything has water molecules in it. We're 99.92% water molecules. Your eyes are 98% water. So if you want good vision, detox to live life to the fullest. Start today, because you can't start tomorrow. Tomorrow's not on the calendar. Tomorrow never comes. Okay, by the time it gets here, it's today. So to consciously detox your body on purpose, you got to change some things in your life. If you want things in your life to change, you got to change things in your life. Nobody's going to do that for you. So hydrate your body to detoxify. Hydrating is one of the best things you can do. Laser oil your water and your food for 30 seconds. Exercise is amazing for helping to detoxify the body. Just walking, a little bit of aerobics, rebounding, work up a sweat, and do a liver cleanse. There's several liver cleanses out there on the internet. Find a professional holistic person in your area that does that for a living and get some coaching from them as to how to do that. Gallbladder cleanse. There's gallbladder cleanses out on the internet too. I've done several. I've gotten gallstones out the size of the end of my thumb when I first started back in my 20s and 30s and 40s, as a matter of fact. And never feel them move when you follow their procedure. Colon cleanse, there's colonics, infrared sauna. It's a great way to detox through the skin with an infrared sauna. I use a relax sauna I've had for like 15, 16 years or more. Intermittent fasting, but the body needs a lot of energy to be able to successfully do intermittent fasting. You have to have a certain amount of energy already in your body. And so again, on my website, helpsyouheal.com, there's an article in the blog there about 17 vital functions of sea salt. Sea salt, unprocessed sea salt, regulates your heartbeat, regulates your sleep. It's critical for detoxing phlegm out of the lungs. The list goes on and on. So sourcing organic food. I get all my meats and everything from U.S. wellness meats. They're grass-fed and grass-finished, because there's other meats out there that are grass-fed, but they feed them grain for the last 30 days or so to fatten them up, and that ruins the ability of the body to it changes the meat to where the body still has trouble digesting it, doesn't recognize it, it lowers the vibration tremendously. Read labels, ask questions. Okay, when you're in a restaurant, ask questions. So toxic free versus non-toxic. We have a whole line of body lotions and serums and detoxing powders. And all of our products are toxic free and edible. Okay, toxic free means there's no toxins in them. Didn't have to be tested on animals. Okay, toxic, non-toxic. If you're eating something that's claiming non-toxic, non-toxic means that less than half of the animals that they were tested on died. Then it's non-toxic. If over half the animals died, then it's toxic for human use. But the company, and this is all in, go to toxicfree.org and you can find all this. The company can stop the test anytime they want to. So at 45%, they can stop the test and say it's non-toxic. So hope that woke you up. Right? Self-talk determines your success or lack thereof success. You're either talking yourself into eating healthier or you're talking yourself out of it, and it's a fight I've had my whole life. I'm real good at self-talk when I'm conscious, but when I go unconscious, a lot of times I'm not. So it's self-talk. It's all about determining what you want out of life and talking yourself into getting it. It's really that simple. So your body must have sunshine to be healthy and detox naturally. Sunshine is a key to being healthy, the rays of the sun. And what we do with our red laser is we're replicating sunshine. The frequencies in the sun that are the healthiest for us are what we've added into our red infrared laser here. So it's not the whole spectrum, because part of the spectrum of infrared is not healthy for the body from the sun. That's why you get sunburns and stuff like that. Of course, part of that's all the stuff between us and the sun that the sun has to come through. So, but detoxing naturally is key. And I've been using a rebounder for over 30 years. It's a little mini trampoline, and you want one that's got the long legs on it, at least 8 inches, and then barrel springs that are about 5 inches long. Your $40 ones that Big Five Sporting Goods and stuff have springs that are about 2 inches long and they're about a half inch in diameter, and the canvas is real stiff, so you're still hurting your knees and stuff. And I broke a bunch of those until I found the Cellerciser here, and I've had this for over 30 years and never had to, never broke anything. So bouncing up and down every time you bottom out. And again, you can find lots of information on the internet about this, but every time you bottom out on a good trampoline like this, every cell in your body compresses. When you top out, every cell in your body expands. So you're exercising on a cellular level. And the more toxic you are, the less time you can rebound, because it's pumping that into the blood. It's starting to clean your cells, and it goes into the blood, and then you got to exhale it out. So deep breathe while you're doing it, and then start out slowly. And start detoxing through your lungs. And if you work up a sweat, then you're detoxing through the skin also. So that's a rebounder. And then this is a vibration plate. I use the Life Pro. It vibrates in a teeter-totter. It moves sideways, and then it just vibrates. So it has 3 different movements. And so I do like 10 minutes at a time, and it helps the body to detoxify also, because I'm all about living life to the fullest. So it's a vibration plate. I also have a inversion table here I've had for over 30 years too. And so once or twice a week, a couple times a month, I don't do it all the time, but I do it enough to keep my back stretched out and good circulation in my knees. Because every time you hang upside down, you don't have to go all the way upside down. As long as you get over a 15 to 18% incline with your head lower than your feet by 18 to 20%, then you're starting to stretch out the joints in the knees and the ankles, the hips, the spine. You're getting them stretched apart, and now they're getting better blood circulation through there, and that'll help keep your spine in line, keep you healthy, a lot healthier by just doing that simple, once a week, twice a week, to start out with, and just for a couple of 3 minutes at a time. Sometimes I do curls, curl up and touch my knees. I never have been serious enough about it to curl up and touch my toes. That takes some pretty heavy workout. And it's not about overdoing the body, it's about keeping the body, in shape. So inversion table. And then we have the bands. I'm starting to do the bands. I do the bands. I built a rack on the front of my vibration plate and I have 40-pound bands there so I can do curls and different movements, while I'm vibrating. And then I have this on the door here, 2 different strengths to where I can do other motions, coming across the top of my shoulders, stuff like that. So you get creative with it, have a lot of fun with it, and keep your body in shape. And I also have weights that I can do curls and stuff with the weights. So it's what you do that you don't have to do that determines who you are when it's too late to do anything about it. Okay. It's a statement I coined a long time ago, because you don't have to exercise, you don't have to eat healthy, but you don't have to. It's something you've got to want to do. And then that determines who you are when it's too late to do anything about it. Well, it's also, about your health. It's what you do that you don't have to do to stay healthy that determines how healthy you are when it's too late to do anything about it. And it's never too late. You can start anytime. Today's the only day you can start. Again, tomorrow never comes. It's not on the calendar. Neither is yesterday. So, I stopped looking back a long time ago. I took the rearview mirror out and I focus on what I want in life, where I want to be when I get where I'm going, what I want to have, who I want to be with, the freedoms that I want. That's what I focus on. And I can help you do that too. And again, I can help you learn how to buy your life back, because I've been full-time in the network marketing industry for over 30 years, living on residual income. And that's where the freedom comes from to do a lot of things that I do. So let's go forward. So all the products will help you help yourself. All the Pure Vibrance products will help you help yourself, help your body heal itself and detox and heal itself naturally. And that's what we want. So all the products do that. So again, if you want your health back, if you want your life back, then you must buy them back. Because again, money is not everything, but in our society, it does rate right up there with oxygen. If you want freedom, you've got to be able to pay all your bills, pay everything, everything, and still have money left over at the end of the month, discretionary money left over at the end of the month. And that's where being self-employed in your own home business, where you've got very little, almost no overhead, and you have the ability to create a residual income as well as retail income. And we're actually paid 12 different ways. And so it's pretty phenomenal. And all you have to do is make the decision that you're willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. If you want what I've got, you got to do what I did, so to speak. And then I heard a couple of good sayings this week. Says, the magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. The magic you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. So think about that a little bit. If you've got more month left over than money, then you might want to take a look at joining us. But what is the state of your health and wealth right now? We have an opportunity for you to build both right now. Again, it's up to you. And I center all my presentations around the red and infrared revitalizer, and because it's revitalizing your body in seconds. It activates the mitochondria in less than 30 seconds, produces 30% more life force energy. And we documented that with a tap water test. So the glow on the left is the life force energy in a drop of tap water. The glow on the right is the same size drop of tap water lasered for 30 seconds. So we increased the life force energy 35%. We neutralized all the toxins and made the water wetter to where it hydrates the body. And over 95% of the people that I do a water test on, where I have them take a drink of their water for taste and texture, and then I laser it for 30 seconds, over 95% of them can taste the difference. And so they're not sure what it is. It's subtle, but they can definitely taste the difference. And then this is the person's biofield before and after drinking the lasered water. And our biofield's the energy cocoon that we live in that's creating our body. And that's a whole nother training there. But our blood's 94% water, our brain's 78%, our water's 98%, our uh, body is 99.92% water molecules. So water is the key to health, really is, health and well-being. And so we can help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally by working with your water with the red and infrared laser. We also have a frequency disc. You can set it on for 4 or 5 minutes and it'll taste different, using our frequency disc. And, we have a whole lineup of tools and products that are toxic free and edible for skincare. And this new one we're introducing Friday is first to market. The results we're getting with the AO scan testing, the GDV camera, biophotonic camera testing, and live blood analysis is just off the chart as to the change in as little as 60 days. 30 to 60 days, the biomarkers are coming back into alignment. Pretty awesome. So, and if you want to watch that on Zoom, get a hold of me and I can send you a free link to watch the introduction of that starting 9 o'clock Friday morning in Pacific time. And then we'll show all the science and everything about it. So that's free if you want to get that test. Okay. And then let's see. Do we have any questions?
Yes, today we have a slew of questions.
Oh, good.
All right, let's start with what was that site? At the very beginning, you mentioned a site to go to.
Oh, for the 17 vital functions of salt. That was helps you heal with an S. HELPSYOUHEAL.com.
Okay.
One of the blogs.
How can deodorant give nutrition?
Good question. Well, the ingredients in this deodorant, and it's a body lotion, toxic-free body lotion. You can use it anywhere on the body. But as a deodorant, it's got nutrition in it, and the nutrition comes through the skin under the arms into the blood. And so it's right there in the blood. It doesn't have to go through the digestive system, and your body knows how to handle it and assimilate it right away. Good question. So, but you can use it on your face. You can use it anywhere on the body, and you're going to have a certain amount of, because anything you put on your skin is in your blood in 26 seconds. So.
Is that safe for everyone?
Yes. Newborn babies to geriatrics.
Did you heal yourself with this product?
No, we're just introducing it. We've only been testing it for 6 months.
No. I think they mean at that point you were talking about the Revital laser.
Oh, the Revital laser? No, I was already healthy when I came across it. And what I realized is the frequency that you're vibrating is the bottom line to everything. I was working with supplements and water systems and stuff like that when I came across the frequency medicine from Pure Vibrance, and realized that was the bottom line. So I dropped everything else and shifted over to using the lasers, the frequency discs, the pendants, the lotions, the detoxing powders, because it's all programmed with frequencies that match optimal wellness for the human body. Good question.
All right, we're going to combine these two questions. What does that water taste like, and how is it different in taste when you use the laser on the water?
Good question. It has a smoother taste to it. Some people say it's softer. I say it's wetter because we reduce the surface tension by neutralizing the toxins. So it's wetter water and tastes cleaner, lighter. I've had all those kind of explanations.
What did you use to detox back in the day?
Back in the day, when I was in mid-20s, I met a chiropractor that had his own concoctions for detoxing the liver, the gallbladder. Like in the gallbladder, it was using drinking apple juice, raw apple juice for 2 days, then mixing up a concoction of 4 ounces of olive oil, extra virgin, and then squeezing 4 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon into it, putting in some cayenne pepper and some 2 other powders, and then mixing all that up, drinking it all down, and laying on your right-hand side, like on a couch with your back up against the couch where you lay there all night. And the next morning when you go to the bathroom, your stool is full of bright, shiny gallstones and some darker green. Older ones are bigger and darker. So, and again, that's out on the internet. You can find that. And everybody that's done it, has gotten similar results.
Wow, folks, we are sorry. We're not going to be able to get to all of your questions today. Maybe we can pick this back up again on the next show because we are out of time. We're actually past time.
I apologize for not stopping earlier so we could get more questions.
It's okay. It's okay. That'll have everyone coming back for more. Again, we apologize for not being able to get to all your questions.
Well, we'll be here next Wednesday night and answer your questions again. All right. Take care. Have fun. Bye for now.